Yes, everyone, welcome. Ohayo gozaimasu. Another video from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. And today, yes, we are not in Tokyo, but when this video came up, we have to play it. Today we are in Osaka. We are in Osaka. You see there by that picture, but we have to watch the sumo. I didn't know this was going to come up. I'm sorry. Here's your sumo moment. Here we go. Oh, who's going to win? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Two offensive linemen. It's gonna be Super Bowl. I'm liking. I don't know what I'm gonna. I know the Chiefs are gonna go win, but I'm gonna go for the Eagles. Oh my God, this is a really good match, man. Oh my God. Oh, he won. The light guy wins. The light guy wins with the speed and the moves. That's how you have to act in the real estate market. The winner is sometimes the one who has the mind but acts with speed. No, it really is. Sometimes if you see something, it's really good to you got to make a move. You got to react to the environment. Anyway, that was a really cool, really cool video right there. But yeah, today we are in Osaka, and I've been there many times. And for the most part, we're gonna on this channel. I'm gonna cover for the most part Tokyo, but there's other urban centers in Japan, and from time to time, it's really important we cover them. There is a beautiful picture there of course, Do Tombori. And if you didn't know, like the Don Quixote company, their head office is in Nakameguro, but they are Osaka company, and they're almost embedded there in the culture of Osaka. They have a really cool brand too called Do is now right now, and you see it. I think there's another store called Endo as well, which is a relationship with Don Quixote. What other pictures could we look at here? Of course, we have all these Instagram girls being totally beautiful. This might be the Hankyu line. Who knows? Here in Osaka, and I've had a lot of great, good times there. A lot of great memories. Both as a single man, I had a lot of fun, and going there lots with my kids and my wife, just enjoying it and stuff like that. It's just great. Anyhow, some of this stuff isn't really loading really quickly here. That's a great picture right there with that, of course, is the kanji for Osaka right there. Osaka, and this is Osho. And I mentioned Osho. You see the gyoza right there. Osaka Osho is I don't know what the relationship with there's a restaurant Osho. We saw it in the one Chiba one we did the other day, and this is Osaka Osho, which is a I guess Osho restaurant from Osaka, and you can see the gyoza there, and their gyoza is really great. So many great pictures, so many great Instagrammers out there taking these great shots that we can sort of enjoy. And that of course is the Glico championship sign there in Dotonbori. Always love that one, Glico. Oh, this is great. Anyway, I better cut to the chase here. Get down here to the real estate videos right here, and I will not forget to share the tab. And this is kind of the central Osaka market, and uh, it's really this area in here is really devoid of listings. I think that's a we're looking in the detached market. Most of the people on this channel are really interested in sort of detached housing and stuff like that. And I'm more of an apartment investor, just different. I prefer to get a really great location. Like for me, I would prefer a location to own a location right in here along Dotonbori and have it in an apartment as opposed to have it in a house a little further away. But most of the people that are following this channel, there's a little bit, everyone's going to be different and their thinking is a little bit different than mine. But I would prefer just to have an apartment right exactly where I want it, which would be right in here. This is a detached house or almost like a building I looked at here. And this was, you'd say, ni yoku, ni sen, 800 man and 123 meters. I looked at it briefly, but that's a little bit too far up market. That's the most expensive selection I saw here in the marketplace. There's a couple of things to talk about. We're going to look at this one up here, which went for, let me look here. I think it was, yeah. This is a really nice house here I saw for Golsen 980 man. This is going to be Rokusen man. Okay. Or this is $600,000 Canadian right now. The Canadian dollar is about, I looked today because of I don't know what to make of this tariff thing. It's being pushed down our throats, and I'm always distrustful of things when they're tariffs. Anyway, we're gonna get screwed. We're gonna get screwed out of this whole tariff thing. We're gonna get screwed out of it. Anyhow, That's right there, and that so the Canadian dollar today was down against the yen to 105. So that's going to be 600 and some. Actually, and you think about it in the Vancouver market, you can buy a detached house in downtown Vancouver, or maybe this would be the equivalent of East Vancouver for $600,000. So the Osaka market is presenting deals to people, and this was a really nice house. Other things we could talk about. I made a video on Osaka about a month ago, and we covered this one right here, 780. This one here, Nanahyoka Hachijuman, unsold, still hasn't sold. I mentioned there was a one in here that was a 500,000 house that I said was had everything that people wanted. It's sold. It's gone. So when I mentioned in that video that this house could be an illiquid house. I could just briefly open it and we'll share the tab. Uh, I mentioned in that video that this house is so far down market that you might have trouble. Even if you improve this house and made it really nice, you would not have trouble selling it. Okay, but what's happening right now? It's just too far down market for people to be interested in it. So they're just not interested in it. Anyway, we'll come back here to the main map. There was another one we did in the video here with had two parking spots. I think for 500 or 5,600 mon or $550,000. It's sold. So the things I thought we could look at today. What is it? Let's check the price on this one right here. And this is an 89 meter house for 2,680 mon. I thought we could look at this one right here today. This one is right near this waterway right here. And I've already kicked up the listing, and I thought we could go over to it. And I will not forget oh, that's the one for 780. This is the one of that listing, and I will share the tab right now. And for all you people that are studying your numbers in Japanese, Nissen 880 man. And this is a two-story house. And what does it have right there? It has parking. So uh, in Tokyo, this kind of price and this kind of deal is unbelievable. This kind of thing in Vancouver could never happen. This apartment I'm sitting in is worth like $700,000. The fact that we could have a house in this neighborhood for $280,000, it's just so. I mean, it might be a little bit more than what you people are looking at when you're looking at listings on Cheap House Japan and stuff like that. But this is still a great deal in a wonderful urban city in Japan. Yeah, it's two-story house. Let's crack through the listing. There's the house right there. Okay. Right, is it right on the corner right there? I confused it then when I was looking at the map earlier then. And then, yeah, that's the house. It's just a plain Jane house. Okay, but I think this one is going to move. And it had the standard unit bath, but everything's nice, everything's new, and it has a parking spot. And the kind of the pictures in this one listing, I guess I can expand it and make it bigger so you can more easily see it. But they're just sort of repeating, and it's what I would call standard nice. Or I guess we used to say that on the old channel. It is what you call standard nice. And 280 mon. It's just unbelievable, unbelievable deal. What is that in US dollars? I'm going to guess when I do the title, this is 200,000 US dollars, brand new kitchen. You see, they always talk about like in the listings, this is a three range burner. This is higher. Standard would be two. No, that's standard now. Having the three burners now is standard. It's been standard for a long time. Anyway, that's the listing right there. These, of course, too, when you see it, when you see these, this is the drying room, and the bathroom or the shower room also acts as a drying room where you can hang the things here, and the ventilation system takes the water vapor outside, and it ends up like a dryer. It's like, and that's what the settings for that is right there. And that, of course, is a house there, and you see some other new builds there. We can already see there's a new build there, there's a new build there, there's a new build there, and there looks to be something being built here as well, right here beside it, right there. So we can speculate that maybe the previous owner of this land owned all these lots and they're all rebuilt, for example. Anyhow, this looks to be a brand new house. Let's cut down to the information of the listing right there, and convenient to all the stations. But don't forget, this has parking right. Already, it's 6 minutes from. I'm going to guess it's called Namimori Eki, and It's 6 minutes from there. But don't forget, you have a car here, and you can have an electronic bike or a bicycle, and you're going to start to break down the geography of this city. Everything here in the listing or all the systems in the house are properly working and updated as you saw, as indicated in the picture. This house is a little older, built in 2009, 81 meters of land and 92 meters of internal building space. Wooden house, Shoyuken, and this is called the Junkogyo. So this would have been like it's right along the river, so you can imagine that this would have been zoned as sort of a light factory, and that's kind of what this is. And its placement along the shoreway in Osaka uh, would have been this would have been a place during the Showa time or the post-war period where there would have been light manufacturing, no question about it. But anyway, it's presently open and you could move in any day, I guess. We'll come back here to the map, and that is the house itself, and it looks as if this was a house beside it, and it looks like they finished the house on the very end, or maybe this has been taken down. This has been taken down right now, and that's why that lot was empty. So this old house here was taken down right there, and that's why in the listing pictures you saw that it's empty. Oh, a nice K truck right there. And if you were to go up, that's the immediate street that it was on. We see the house right there. I wonder if that's the realtor's car right there, or I don't know why that car is there. Or I guess it's been there since like it was built in 2009. So I don't know why. It could very well be owned by a real estate agency right now as well. Tough to really know exactly the details of it. Anyhow, we see its placement right here along this sort of canal. So interesting. You see in a way how that's spit into there. So there would have been a lot sort of light manufacturing done in the sort of Showa time right in here. Anyway, we'll come and just drop the guy. Be good to drop him down here and see what's down here anyway. To see what's down here by this water for my curiosity. Some of this sometimes I'm just very curious about things, and you can see right there that there's still warehousing right here. Nakabayashi right there. And I can't read that. Something to do with it might actually just be a place for drying wood and stuff. And then anything else we can see? I thought I was getting near a shoreline, unless I've got us turned around the opposite way. That might be like a wood drying lot. I think we could drop. There was like one of these blue circles down here. We could drop us right down by the water and have a look at it. And you can see it is still a pretty. You can see there's a couple of tugboats right there. So there's still a lot of industry happening here in this area of Osaka. Isn't it fascinating to look at this? I just sorry, I have to assuage my curiosity in looking at this stuff. But you see, it's still Japan is still a big industrial power and everything like that. Anyway, that's a look at that listing right here. I wanted to look at this one other listing that was just here in. I better go back to the original map so it can indicate the listing here, and I'm doing a pretty good job of sharing the tabs with you here today. As you saw, most of this sort of main tourist area, and there you see Center Ward Chuoku right there, was pretty avoid of listings. And I did find this one up here. I think it was right here in Nishi Ward, right here in Nishiku, right there. This is the one we could look at. There was a couple other blue ones here. We could have a look at the price. Oh, 880. You see, there's some interesting stuff right there. We should crack one of these open and have a look at this one here briefly. We could just crack this listing over, open up briefly. It's not going to be. I'm not going to cover it to any large degree, but there is just a two-story house for 880 mon right there. And yeah, it's going to be. This is no different than that one I covered last month about being a cheap house that maybe it'll move, maybe it won't move, but it's just an older one, and then people are going to likely pass over it and go to better product because it just doesn't have this. It's just dumpy. So, however, it's dumpy for most of the Japanese population, but you could still buy this. Interesting location. I like that other one for 700 a little bit more, but it was good to look at this one. Anyways, I want to go move over here to the other main listing of the one we're looking at here today. And I'm not going to forget to share the tab because that's an integral part of sharing the information like we do on this channel. Tokyo Real Estate, man, we bring you all the information about the Osaka real estate market. Oh my God, that's called a contradiction. Mujundayo. Anyhow, The price for this one is Gosen 980 man. 1, 2, 3. Gosen 980 man. And it is a four-story house. So quite a bit of land. I'm going to call this one a climate change special, but I'm making a joke out of that because I'm for a lot of the green efforts like this. If you can put solar panel on your southern exposure roof like that, and have a balcony like that where you can go suntan, I'm all for that. So I make a lot of jokes about climate change because I don't appreciate how things are rammed down our throats and stuff like that. However, when you can make your energy bills cheaper by putting up solar panels on your southern exposure, that just makes a lot of good sense to me, though, too. So this is a really big house, and this is actually a screaming deal. So I challenge you people in the comments, don't be so quiet. Tell me which one you like. You like the one that's a little bit down market, or do you like this one that's a little? This isn't really heavy up market because this is a big house and you get a lot for your money. Oh, look at that right there. That's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, what's going on here beside it? There's some sort of redevelopment happening there beside it. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I wonder what's happening here. Maybe they just don't want to live near a building anymore. I don't think they're going to steal any sunlight, though, if it is a big building. And usually we can speculate that, for the most part, if they are going to bring on uh, uh, sort of more like rooms or like units into the neighborhood. You usually couldn't build them much higher than this one. I don't really know though. That's really interesting looking at that right there. So this is already interesting house because we see that this could be a target for future redevelopment because you see in this neighborhood a lot of other buildings that are already taller. Interesting. I just really love to study this. And I don't know the particulars of this, but it's sure interesting to know it. And this is I speculate. I was talking to my wife that I speculate because of this door right there, that this endo, this is a relationship to Don Quixote because this is in Osaka. These are the kind of stores that I love. This is the word for super cheap, and that's a really cool kanji. And this one's called Gekiasi. Gekiasi. Yeah. And would you just have a look at this, by the way? Look at the sheer number of bikes that are in front of this store with mommy charities and baby seats. I think there are baby seats on a lot of them. That's because people still need to save money. And I love to see this. And it looks like Himawari Super. It could be like this one here, got a sunflower on there. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Anyhow, these kind of supermarkets in Japan, I love them, and they are really super cheap. Anyway, there's a Family Mart right there in a concrete building, an exposed concrete building, no tile. See what happens when you do it though. See how the black moss and mold gets in there and gets ugly with it. The tile is a better design. So they tried to make this design sort of cool and everything like that, but ultimately it's the tile design that was the winner. 7-Eleven, great company. Uh, Matsumoto Kyoshi. It's a drugstore. Anyhow, they're just trying to tell you how convenient this place is. Looks to be a yochen, probably a yochen right there. And yeah, maybe the rainbow sign in Japan is probably more of a sign for kids to play than it is a sign for, let's say, that you'd see here in Vancouver. Okay, anyhow, that's probably a shogako. So they're trying to market this house to families, and you can see why. I think it's a great house. I'm really glad we covered it, and so interesting with it. I wonder if it even has any parking. I guess it does have some parking there. Let's have a look at the listing details right here. We'll cut down to the bottom of it right here, and this is going to be Nanajo Eki. Interesting that in Kansai they use these sort of old. That's how old this neighborhood is. This is an old way of doing addresses, like you see down in Kyoto. 5 minutes from the station. Okay, this is Domamai, so I guess Osaka Dome is close to here too, 11 minutes away. Domamai Eki, Sambo, like it's 11 minutes, and this one here is again Nanajo Eki, okay? And this is on the Hanshin Namba Sen right there. And this is on the Chikatetsu Chuo Sen right there. So this is a subway. Chikatetsu is a subway. You can learn the kanji for that. I keep talking about, do you see any hiragana here? Do you see any hiragana in this top part? Yeah, you do here loan simulation. You do see it there, a Jutaka loan, or the simulation. You see it here, but there's hardly any hiragana and katakana on this page. You got to get ahead. Got to be studying kanji, all three of them together. Osaka Fu. It's interesting. Osaka Fu. Like you have Tokyo To, is it Kyoto to or yeah, but Osaka no Kyoto food is so food. This is used food used for Osaka and for Kyoto. Oh, that's my 日本の地理の教なんか教室今日やります. Okay, here we go. And this is Osaka Shi, which is city right there, and Nishiku, and then Honda Nichome. I'm thinking that's what it is. And all the systems, of course, in this house are working. And then look at that southwest facing, and that's why you saw those great solar panels on there. And there's a store, there's a mise on the very first floor. So that's interesting, and they're saying it's very convenient for two. See, on the first floor is perhaps a restaurant. It looked like I saw that as well with an awning. However, look at that. There's no parking. There is no parking. Oh, but there is a store. There is a store. So like this really, really so you can rent the store and live upstairs. So this is really pulling at me in difficult ways. 162 meters of land, 132 meters of space. So really interesting zoning in this neighborhood that you can have that low of land and that much space in terms of the house itself. And it looked like there's a restaurant there on the first floor, four-story building. And oh wow, wow, this is a concrete building or a steel building. These are steel girders. So yeah, this is really cool. It's an interesting listing. This is pulling me in different ways. No parking, but it's a steel building. It's not wood. And I keep coming back to why steel. I love it. Concrete. I love it. And you think it's just a Tokyo real estate man? No, it's not. Remember back to the three little pigs. What happened to the wood house? They got eaten by the wolf. There you go. Shogyo Chiki. This is a very good things about this listing. This is a very good. This means it's zone commercial. That's why there's a restaurant there. You can own it. You could rent the downstairs in the restaurant. You can run the restaurant. It's also steel girders. I love it. Built in 1998. 5 LDK. Southern exposure. This is really interesting. This is my probably in the last month. This is the most interesting property I've looked at. Presently, the owner, okay, Shoyuken Jukyochu, is presently in the space. Of course he is. Look at the great lifestyle you have there. He's running the restaurant downstairs. This is really great. Let's go back here to the pictures and have a look at it right here. And can we make it any larger? When we go down to the Google Maps, we can see some more details on the pictures. There's some sort of interesting name there. That's interesting. I wonder if the restaurant owner rents, for example, there and lives there, and then you would live upstairs above from there. It's really interesting. Let's go here to the map and then try to get in close to this listing because it's the most fascinating listing I've looked at over the last month. Tokyo real estate man, I'm getting feisty here. Getting feisty here in Osaka here today. Can we see it? Hey, there's shutters on there. There's shutters. Is what does that say? Can you see? It looked like there was a restaurant there. What is this? I can't get any closer to it. That is it right there. Remember, this is the zoning. Look at there's all kind of like looks to be a 10 floor building right there. I wonder what's happening here. They're going up to here. I think they're just building a house. I'm totally guessing. This is an interesting listing. This, but look, there looks to be like a. See, I wonder if you can park here. I don't know where the property line is. It looks like this was some sort of way to bring a car in. But you could always cancel the restaurant and put a little garage in there for yourself and you'd be fine. Oh, interesting. This is a really interesting listing to me. I'm not saying I'm going to get it. I'm the Tokyo real estate man. This is Osaka, but you can see the character of the neighborhood here, and it looks to be lots of supply is being brought on here over the years. So that must mean that this neighborhood is in demand. So interesting to look at this stuff. I love that. What is this yellow thing? Oh, that's called Jido Hambaiki right there, which is a drink machine, which is a way in Japan of having a what's that called? Like a fukugyo. It's called like a side hustle. That's a side hustle in Japan where you put that in front of your building and sell drinks. Anyway, that's it right there. Looking at the neighborhood, a fascinating one to look at. Ooh, that's a nice lot. That is a nice lot right there. That is where future redevelopment happens. But this guy's like, hey, I'm moving. It's interesting. This neighborhood has really cool zoning because you can have a low pro a lesser piece of land, but you can go up really high. So So the zoning in this neighborhood is really interesting, and it must be really easy to bring on like more supply. See, what is this going on? It's so interesting to look at this. I'm sorry. Tokyo real estate, man. I'm playing around. That is a rental mansion right there. One, two, three, four. Looks to be 6 stories. Anyway, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man. Would anyone like to see a loan simulation on this one? It's interesting to do it. It is not a bad thing to do. If I open up the tab right next door here and I share the tab right next door. It's not a bad idea, and we can have a look at it right here. Should have come up. Okay. So the to buy some, if you can get financing inside Japan on a listing, on this kind of listing, on basically the 35, if you were to get a 35 flat financing on that, which is 0.86%, and let's put a tamakin, by the way, I want to keep teaching you these words. Let's put an tamakin on this one of e sen which is 1,000 mon, and that's going to leave you a payment of 13 mon a month. It's unbelievable. This apartment that I'm in Vancouver, when I'm not in it, I'm going to rent it for $2,300 a month. You could live, and this house is in an equivalent neighborhood. You could live in that house with a loan payment of 13 mon a month. Who knows what you could rent that first floor store with? I'm sure it could be a money generator if you had a successful business. And then the drag on it would be Neiman or $200, and the savings portion would be about $1,200 a month. The numbers on this work. When you can get the Japanese financing and you're in great locations, the numbers work. Anyway, another video here from the real estate man. What is it going to be, everybody? What is it going to be? Was it the first house that you liked? Was it the one for 800 mon that you liked, that super cheap one that we looked at? Don't forget that one we looked at last month. The one we looked at last month, or maybe even one even a couple of months ago. This one here we looked at, it's still not sold. So this kind of lower end of the market stuff isn't really hugely selling. So although this one here to me looks to be in better shape, in better shape than the one here that we looked at, that was for 800 mon. This one in the marketplace right here, but they're certainly similar. They're just basically old pieces of shit, right? That most of the Japanese market is just gonna. I mean, they're not even cleaning. They're not even like they're not even making an effort to clean any of this stuff. So if you could get something like this and really improve it and go in there and make it like a custom made craftsman house, I think that's the way you got to go. And I think you could actually double your money while you're at it. You could work and then work at the house, and then I think you could even like I think you could go 2x on that. Anyways, another real estate video here from the Tokyo real estate man. We came to you today from Osaka. A very interesting video to make for me too, for educational purpose. I am interested as to why there's no detached houses in the middle of Osaka there right now. I guess it's just going to be too dense for any sort of detached housing in zones like that. Uh, should you like to ever buy a house such as this one in Japan, you can always come here to my Instagram, the Tokyo Real Estate Man website, okay, which is the same. You can DM me there, which is the same address as the uh, the webpage, Tokyo Real Estate Man website. And I'm not convinced this contact box is ever working. I don't know why. WordPress, you just don't like me. So I went the old fashioned way, the old school way. And you have bjmccullough@yahoo.com. You can always contact me there. Anyways, thank you for taking the time. I guess we better end on some Osaka pictures here because that's the best way to end the video. Thank you. We can end on the Glico picture right there. いつもこのチャンネルを見てるの人様、ありがとうございます。このチャンネルを応援するの人たち、本当にありがとうございます。Let's comment. もう大丈夫よ。あと、マイナスコメントでも問題ない。いつも自分の見ての時間、よろしくね。ありがとう。あと、この動画で、ここでもう終わりです。